Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Uh-oh, echoing. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What's up this
Oh, God.
afternoon?
The echo. Hey, there we go. What's up this afternoon? Sorry, everyone. Sorry for the echo. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to y'all. Good to see you. Plethora Moose. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. How is everyone doing today, Paladin? You're to me dead. And Roaring Venture, welcome to the Fishbowl. Good Thursday to you, Sebby. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Hopefully everyone is having a spectacular day. Let me see if I can find this. Deck list. I might have to go to MTG Melee. I don't think it's been uploaded on the site yet. So the big news, and we gotta talk about this, because this makes me so incredibly happy. So you might remember, this actually started on this stream. You might remember months ago on the stream, someone came in here and they were like, hey, there's pretty cool synergy with Rotodropic and Blade of Shared Souls. And that synergy seemed interesting. So we ended up working on it, and then we ended up building the combo deck where we kind of broke Arena, making so many tokens, and it was like a really sweet Against the Odds episode. Like, the deck did absurd things, and we were just focused on like trying to hit the token limit and do the craziest things possible. Sir Danger Scallywag, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. And then this week was, this deck also looks sick. This week was a RCQ in San Diego with 1,000 players, and it was standard. People are trying to qualify for the Pro Tour, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the first place person, 11, 1, and 2, what are they playing? They're playing the combo. They're playing Blade of Shared Souls combo, and this is like if you look at the deck list, compared to our build that was super against the oddsy and just trying to like break things, this is definitely the I'm trying to win in standard version, Blood Tithe Harvesters and Corpse Appraisers and more good cards, but the combo is still there. Like, the plan of playing your Blade of Shared Souls and then Rotodropic and going infinite and drawing your whole deck with Atsushi and putting your whole deck into play with AO, it's there. They ended up losing in the top 8, but they were number 1 seed after the Swiss. They went 11-1 with 2 intentional draws to go to the top 8. Ended up losing in the top 8, but still, like, that is a ridiculous performance. I thought it was like a pure Against the Odds deck. Apparently, there's been a Discord of people dedicated to trying to make the combo work, and that's where this build came out of. So I'm super hyped to see Blade of Shared Souls. Actually, it's just such a cool deck. It's such a cool deck. Was it open deck list? It was open deck list. They lost to a Reanimator in the top 8, like Atraxa Reanimator, which Atraxa goes over the top of pretty much everything, so I guess it makes sense. Do you mind me asking for help building a sideboard? Usually play best of 1, want to get into best of 3? No, of course not. I would love to help. Made a Seth deck. Let me see what you got, Doug. Ooh, Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro in Ravos Soul Tender. Deck looks like it draws some cards. I see Jesus Archivist, Muldrifter. What is the plan? Let me read De Pura. What does this do? When it deals combat damage to a player, choose up to 1 target card in a graveyard that was discarded or put there from the library this turn. Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty spicy. That's got a lot of cards that I like in it. I like the Desecrated Tomb. Seems like there's a lot of Waste Not too. Ooh, that does look like the kind of deck I would like playing, Doug. Puntologist, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. I bottled my first batch of mead. It's amazing. I'd love to share some with Seth. I'm not a big drinker, but I would love to try some. I have never once in my life drank mead. I've never had it, so I would love to try it just to see what it's about. Esper Reanimator. Ooh, okay, so Esper Reanimator for historic. What do you want in the sideboard? Number 1, I would start with Thoughtseize. Assuming budget is not a concern, I would start with Thoughtseizes for control and combo. I would bring in Graveyard Hate that doesn't hit our graveyard. Maybe Leyline of the Void, Soul Guide Lantern. I would bring in some cheap removal that is not conditional on discarding. Probably some like Fatal Pushes in the sideboard. And then maybe some sort of backup plan for if we can't use our graveyard. What happens if our opponent shuts down our graveyard? I guess more Void Rens, more ways to answer opposing graveyard hate, but maybe something like, what would be the best I'm not sure what the best option is here. With all these big, expensive things, like, what could we bring in that was like 4 mana and can win the game? Shieldred, maybe? Like, something if our graveyard gets shut down, and that's what I'd be looking for sideboard-wise. Anyway, let's do reminders, talk about this deck, and start doing some ridiculous things. Claw Carver, welcome to, man, we're not getting the splash today. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Let me see if I can fix this. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why are we not getting the splash when someone subs? There we go. There we go. This might fix it. Basically the equivalent to plugging and unplugging things. Check this out. I'm going to play it against Krimmer Tomer this weekend. Ooh, Atraxa 3 Harmonicons. Oh yeah, if you're going to a Command Fest this weekend, have a good time. Ooh, yes, this also looks like my kind of deck. One, I usually don't play Peregrine Drake. I feel like it's too easy with Panharmonicons. Although I will not begrudge anyone for playing Peregrine Drake. Yeah, that looks super fun. So much value. Anyway, reminders. Replay YouTube says we can find all the old streams. Hey, there's a splash, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, we did a battle tier list yesterday. Tomorrow, we got a special video for Against the Odds, doing something that I don't think we've ever done before. We're built around a really, really cool card that I'm pretty sure we've never built a deck around, even though it's been around for a long time. It is an arena deck, so you might figure it out. But the deck is pretty spicy. I think you're gonna like that one. A reminder that our sponsor today, and also Outrageous Tyrannosaurus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Also coming up this week, the 30 under 20 series will be coming out. Hey, happy Tuesday, 7-year. So if you're looking for cheap casual decks, that should be going up, I think, tomorrow. It's in editing right now, but I got the list done. So that's coming. And then, of course, Thursday, early access day. So if you got sweet standard decks, send them to me, and maybe we'll get a chance to play them as we test out new stuff on Thursday. Hey, what's up, Russ Guff? Good to see you, good to see you. So what are we starting off with today? So we might play some standard too. I don't know. Maybe we try the Blade of Shared Souls deck, but I saw this deck, and I figured after today, we're probably going to have a lot of arena formats coming up because we got the new set coming out. We'll play a lot of standard. So I figured this was a good day to give Moto a chance, and this deck just looks so value-y and so much fun. So on one hand, it's an elemental deck. You got, Risen Reef, you got Omnath, so you got the elemental synergies. But what caught my eye about this deck is a certain little synergy that I have not really seen in elemental decks, which is Ashya. So what this deck really wants to do, Ashya, it's huge, but most importantly, it turns our creatures into lands. Our creatures are forests. So what we really want to get set up is Ashya on the battlefield, so our creatures are lands. Elish Norn on the battlefield, so our ETBs or any triggers are doubled. And then Lotus Cobra. So what this does is every creature that enters a battlefield will be a land, which will double trigger Lotus Cobra because of Elish Norn. So we can create just the most ridiculous value turns. Like, we play a ton of stuff for free. Hopefully we got a Risen Reef to draw us cards. In the most obscene scenario, maybe we get Yarion from our companion zone, from our sideboard, and play that and blink our entire team, and it all comes back into play, and it all doubles triggers, and we make 1,000,000 mana, and we cast all the Storm the Festivals, and we draw our entire deck. I don't know how we win. Like, we don't have a plan for that. Like, I guess we just win by outvaluing our opponent. But this is just like the biggest pile of value that I've ever possibly seen. Add some Scoot. Oh, people really want Scoot Swarm, don't they? Let me Scoom Swarm. Let me see if I have a Scoot Swarm. If I have one in my, oh, I don't. I have a Scoot Mob. Is that a worthy replacement? Is that a worthy replacement? Do I gotta go buy a Scoot Swarm? How badly do we want Scoot Swarm? Do we want to spend ticks on Scoot Swarm badly? How was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's Easter, if you celebrate such things? I mean, I also enjoy. I just like drawing cards. I like. It's been a while since we've just like went full on value mode. Doesn't even matter. Just like do it all. All right. We'll get a scoot swarm. We'll get a single one scoot swarm. Only one scoot. It's not an elemental, so it's a bit of a non-bow, but we will accept it because the landfall synergies are pretty spicy in this deck. Nia Duck, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Oh, there's not even a pretty one. All right, we'll take a boring one. How much does a scoot swarm cost? 23 cents. All right, we can afford that, just barely. I'm working on putting a deck together in paper. Goal is to use cards I have lying around. That is the best way to build a commander deck. that is my goal for most commander decks. What are we cutting? You know what? Boom. 81 card special. Here we go. Off to the races. Ooh, mono white Nyx. I do enjoy Nyx decks outside of mono green. Mono green, whatever. Me, but white Nyx. That looks fun. I mean, Nykthos is a very strong card. One suggestion I'd have, if you got Book of Exalted needs, Mutavault's like, oh, so good. Because you can pull off the combo of making your land into a Platinum Angel. So I think the cost of playing a Mutavault or two is pretty low if you're already running Book of Exalted needs. But yeah, that looks fun. That looks super fun. All right, let's generate some value. Mono green is overrated and underpowered. Wait, in what format? Not in standard. In standard, mono green is bad. Bad and actually underpowered. Seth, that meme you retweeted about adding more lands to the commander deck was so funny. It's so true. It's so true. It's, to me, add more lands to your commander deck seems like the most basic, obvious, like, no controversy style of advice. But whenever you say that, like if you ever have a podcast and say, oh, my advice is add more lands, oh, people get so salty. It's so funny. The comments crack me up because like you'd be like, hey, yeah, you should really play more lands in your commander deck. That's my tip. Like just play some more lands, and you'll have people in the comments being like, my 31 land Ur-Dragon deck never has mana trouble. And I'm like, I don't even. How do I respond to that? Like, how do I respond? I mean, good for you, I guess. I don't know how that's possible mathematically, but sure. Like, I'm glad you're never mana screwed. Yes, this is good old Magic Online. So the upside of Magic Online is we get to play older formats, Pioneer, Legacy, etc. The downside is we got the Scoot Swarm. See, if the Scoot Swarm was a land, the downside of Moto is it does look a little bit like it's from, what year would you say Moto looks like it's from? 2000, something like that? Well, we're not going to keep this one. This hand does not look like it's going to generate all the value. Yeah, this will keep. Sure. We got a Risen Reef. We got an Omnath. Storm the Festival to the bottom. Here we go. Seth, now that I can't wait to try Bird-o-Cloud in Historic. Bird-o-Cloud is such a cool card. It's such a cool card. Is it possible we might try to make token copies of Gate, Payoff, Gate, and get tons of mana in the weirdest way possible? Wait, I'm slightly confused. I think what you're saying is possible, but I don't understand what you mean by it. Wait, how do we make a ton of mana with Gates? Oh, Chad, I wanted to ask you this. So, oh no, we are in Yorvo. I haven't seen Yorvo in a minute. The Jolly Green Giant, actually pretty good here. Well, okay, let's go value. I think we're gonna try to wait an Omnath with a Fabled Passage. I think that's our dream scenario. We'll see if we're still alive at that point. Perhaps not. There's a gate. Oh, right. The Commander Legends Baldur's Gate. Yeah, we could do that in Historic. That would actually be pretty sweet. Moto looks like you're playing Magic on Photoshop. Yeah, I guess that's fair. So chat, I've been thinking about this all weekend. I had a conversation with one of my brothers because we had like an Easter dinner thing. So got a sweet Among Us Among Us temporary tattoo from my little nephew. Yeah, that's still there. Wow, double bone crusher. What do you think about the AI thing? Is AI about to take over the world? That was one of the. Are we gonna reach like the singularity or whatever? I've been curious. I've been curious what I mean, obviously, I've seen some of the debates about like copyright and all that, but like, is the AI? Is there actually a chance that it spirals into the like Futurama, destroy all humans, the Great Robot Wars? Is that what's coming? We have a new donation from Dan Wildfire. $2 donation. My Belmore Storm deck runs about 30 lands, 15 pieces of ramp. The only reason I can do that is because I have 25 pieces of card draw. There's certainly situations. Ooh. Okay. Lotus Cobra. There are certainly situations where it works. But I think those are the exception rather than the rule. I think most of the time you want to be running like 38 lands or 40 lands or whatever. But there are decks that are exceptions. Really worried about synthetic bio killing us. Going to be easy for folks to make viruses. Well, I hadn't even thought about that. Current AI is glorified. So the current AI is just not good enough to actually be concerned. What is the idea of the singularity? Is anyone familiar with that? Is that just like sci-fi mumbo jumbo? About it. For what is a cruel deck for telling? So confused. I mean, I think we're gonna live to get Omnath down. That's good. Our opponent has had an absurd amount of removal, which is less good. Do we just play Omnath? We could. Oh, this is a tough turn. That's what I thought it was, right? Like AI could get to the point where it reproduces itself, basically. If AI becomes better at making AI than humans, it'll exponentially get better. So that's not a concern though at this point. Like our AI is not that good at this point. Well, that's reassuring. Vox founder, New York Times writer Ezra Klein's reporting on AI. Really into it. My favorite journalist. No, I actually might have heard a podcast with him. Is he the guy that had like the Chat GPT conversation where the Chat GPT like fell in love with him or something? I heard a podcast with someone that I think was like on the Daily from New York Times. It might have been the same person. Elva Hugo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I mean, the real question is, if we could merge humans in AI, how could we use that to get better at Magic? There's gotta be a way, right? There's gotta be a way. Let's Risen Reef. Get a trigger. It's a Leaf Crown Druid. Play Spara's Headquarters past the turn. If we remain alive, next turn should be happy fun times. If I could merge with AI, I might finally understand how banding works. That would be the upside. Why are we fearing this future? We could all yes. We could all understand how. Oh no, that prevents life gain. Oh, that's so awkward. Oh, that's. Whoop. Come on now. Who plays Quakebringer? Seriously. Seriously, Magic Gods. Quakebringer. I mean, I guess we can't say much since our last stream we were playing Quakebringer in Modern, but still. We really needed the life gain from this Omnath. ETBs. Yeah, we've just taken these Yorvo hits, and these Yorvo hits are probably going to make us die. Look at the card, okay? And... oh, Elish Norn! Wait, Elish Norn. That's gotta be good, right? That's gotta be good. So, wait, if we double land... we make 5 mana. Oh, I mean, We might just die to Quakebringer. If we don't just die to Quakebringer, next turn should be absolutely wild. It should be absolutely wild. Fabled Passage, Crack It, Land, Mana, Mom. Oh, next turn could be so much fun. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. Mom does hold down the ground pretty well. All right, Elish Norn, Elementals. Stay alive, stay alive. Oh, pass the turn. Yeah, black is the one color we're not playing. All right, down to 6. Opponent, 2 cards in hand. Lord Kinabot. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Our AI is not an AI. It's just a tool that tries to answer your queries. Oh, sweet mother. Okay, we need to have the greatest turn of all time. Can we have the greatest turn of all time to beat double Quakebringer? Why are we scared of double Quakebringer? It's a generative model, both ChatGPT and... Oh, hang on, I actually want to see this comment. They're just guessing what you want to hear. It's a generative model, both ChatGPT and Alert. The second one actually is based on a Stolen Works. Given this, it's like pizza, going to get the most generic, most run-of-the-mill things. It's not creative in any way. But what about all those people that put pineapple on their pizza? How does that play? How does that play into it? Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So first off, Leaf Crown Druid. Does our deck have removal? So, someone check our deck list. Can we actually kill things? Risen Reef. Eldritch Evolution. Oh, that's gotta be good. That's gotta be good. There's gotta be a way. Can we just go infinite? Is that possible? Oh my god, it's a Shia. Oh. Okay, wait. Wait. Oh, we don't have Lotus Cobra. How do we do this? Yeah, Singleton Skyclave doesn't actually save us. Leaf Crown Druid. Oh, all right, we got to pull up the deck list. There's got to be... Let's look at this deck. We got to be able to do something sweet here. There's got to be something sweet we can do. All right, look at this deck list. We have an Eldritch Evolution. If we get Omnath, ETBs deal damage to any target equal number of elementals you control. 1, 2, 3. I wish we had one more elemental. That would make it easier. Tolsamir. Tolsamir, ETBs. The wolf doesn't fight anything of relevance. Skyclave, these are 5 mana technically, so we can't actually eat them with a... Oh, we could get a Reflector Mage and just bounce them. That might be the best bet, actually. That would be guaranteed to work. Well, no, but we'd have to... I mean, I guess we could sack Elish Norn, right? But if we sack Leaf Crown Druid to get Omnath, we'll only have 3 elementals? Isn't that the... Am I missing something? I wish we could double land. If we double land and get the free mana, that would be even better. Well, okay. 1. I think we just... Oh, this is not as explosive as we were hoping. Actually, no. We get to gain life, though, right? Land enters the battlefield. I never play Omnath. Okay. This makes sense. So let's sack Leaf Crown Druid to get Reflector Mage to bounce the Quakebringers to not die immediately. Play a Breeding Pool, gain some life. All right, feeling... Oh my god, it double triggers. Oh, mom is... Oh my god, it double triggers. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Sure. Yeah. Get a few triggers. Free. Oh boy, this deck is busted. We'll keep the original Omnath. Oh, maybe we should have kept the new one. Yeah, we should have kept the new one. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh my goodness, Elish Norn is ridiculous in this deck. Risen Reef, Breeding Pool, tapped. Oh, we're going off. Next turn's gonna be so good. Yeah, we should have kept the other Omnath to get more triggers, but oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Draw a card. Another Reflector Mage. Oh, another Eldritch Evolution. Oh, Get in with mom. Hit ya. We have overcome the Quake Bringers. Oh yeah, gaining life there is pretty huge. Oh, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. I do kind of love Elish Norn. Out of all the Praetors, I was thinking, if I had to go on a date with a Praetor, it would definitely be Elish Norn, right? No, none of the other Praetors are even really in the conversation. And then when that came into my brain, I was like, wait, that sounds like a BuzzFeed article. Do I even want to say those words? But hey, what's on your right hand? So I had a family. I had like a family thing over the weekend, and my little 3-year-old nephew was there, and he loves just anything to do with Among Us. So he had a bunch of like Among Us temporary tattoos, and he talked me into getting a Red Among Us temporary tattoo. So it's still been there a couple days. Ranking all the Praetors would actually be interesting, because like I think it would actually be really interesting because some of them are different they're all very different. Like the original cycle is very different than the whatever the middle cycle that had been coming out over the last year was, which is very different than the newest cycle. I didn't realize there's like little kids Among Us games. I guess like Among Us, it must be because it was so popular, but he doesn't really he just gets so he tries to play actual Among Us on like his pad or whatever, and he just gets so salty because he's obviously like so sus. So he gets so salty when they inevitably just boot him out of the spaceship. He doesn't understand why how sus he's being. But there's like a little kid's version where you just kind of wander around and like, I don't know, hit things with hammers and stuff, and he likes that one. Praetor tribe will be coming to ADO. Oh yes, that's actually a good question. What would your pick be? I guess we also need to sideboard. What would your pick be if you were in control for first against the odds deck of the new set? What would you go with? I'm curious. I'm curious what other people have on their list. Yeah, something like that's probably fine. We don't have any giant hate. I mean, is Urbrask against the odds? That's the only question. Urbrask might actually just be good. Invasion of Alara seems super fun, although I'm kind of more excited to play Invasion of Alara in older formats. Traditionally, the first against the odds is standard. So that might be a reason not to do that one first. Battles, I'm very interested in. Maybe we can build a deck that's just like all the battles or something. That could be cool. I think Realmbreaker, yeah, that's one that's been on my list. Whether or not it's the first against the odds, I'm not sure, but I am super excited to play Realmbreaker. It just seems like a fun card to play, and that payoff's actually kind of legit. Like putting 10 Praetors or whatever, 15 Praetors if you're playing Modern into play for 10 mana, that's a pretty ridiculous deal. That's actually very strong. Battles plus Elish Norn seems sweet. Yargle Fling is very high on my list too. That's just like one of the funniest kills. Also, have you seen the Ginny Faye thing? You know, if we end up dying to this deck, I can accept that. I hope we don't. I would rather win, but if we end up dying to Gruul Giants, that is okay. We can deal with that. Our opponent's like literally playing Giants. Opponent spins into Trample. Well, that's a pretty busted Omnath. So, all the Triomes, Glacial Fortress, and I mean, ideally, Voice of Resurgence lives and we can Neoform it, but I'll have to ask my nephew. I just saw him playing it on his pad. It's like Among Us characters, but you just kind of, I don't know, it looked like you were just wandering around and you like, just kind of like smash people with hammers, and the more you smash, the bigger you get. There's no actual, none of the actual, like, Among Us, oh boy, stuff applies. What did this spin into? Oh, jeez. Oh, this is actually working. Well, I guess we're taking 8. Yeah. That's fine. We didn't want to live anyway. Well, I think it is Neoform time. Although I'm not even sure this opponent's off to a very scary start. Maybe our Giant's good. One cube. Yeah, hit a single combo. There's actually a lot of interesting combos in this set, or synergies at least. There's a lot. Oh, there's so much to try. So much to try. Wait, could Scoot Swarm save us? Scoot Swarm, make a land, chump block. Oh, that has trample. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Well, Sky Cleave it is. Get rid of the Calamity Bearer. Play a tap land. I wonder if our deck needs some early removal. Yeah, Neostorm. That's kind of gotten beaten by other other combos, hasn't it? One cube, taking my Subaversary to proclaim the truth. Invasion of Gabakhan is bad. Ooh, wait, I gotta read this take. Invasion of Gabakhan is bad. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? Take off turn 2, Fog turn 3, Part turn 4, to get an Anthem that ramps up after playing their Tax Wrath. Just play Thali and kill them before the Wrath. So, Quakebringer again. So I think you're partially right. Partially right. I will agree with part of that one cube. So, where I disagree, please don't spin into Hexproof. Lifelink trample. Okay, life is getting worse. Opponent. I mean, I guess we can double block, can't we? I guess we would double block. We would end up losing both, but I think that's necessary. Oh, but then they get a 4/4? Oh, this is just bad in every... All right, down to 8. Yeah, we might just be dying here. Like, this might be enough for our opponent. Leaf Druid. Well, Sulfur Falls. Red. White. Green. Blue. Save us, dirty Omnath. Please. Well, Reflector Mage is something. I mean, if our board and us lives, Omnath can maybe start gaining us life. So the part I agree with is I don't think Invasion of Gabakhan is going to be great on turn 2. I think you're right that you want to curve out on turn 2. But what about playing it on like turn 4? I think that's its best use. Is like, oh boy. We're dead to Giants. We're I don't know if Giants are good or this is like a really above average draw where our opponent drew all the good ones, but we are certainly dead to Giants this game. Stuck on the side of the highway for a spill contractor to clean up a diesel spill. Ooh, that doesn't sound super fun. And they get flying, so now we're literally dead. Wait, are Giants a thing? Is this an actual thing? Or are we just getting super punished because we can't kill Llanowar Elves and it wouldn't matter what our opponent was playing. Like, Llanowar Elves into anything is gonna kill us. Game 3 indeed. Grulja, I mean, it hasn't looked bad. Game one, it was ahead until we managed to catch up. And then that game, we couldn't stabilize. We'll see how it does this time with us being on the play. Hopefully being on the play. Oh, boy, I guess we can bring in a portable hole. I guess. We really just gotta avoid that snowball. Like the turn 1 Mana Dork snowball. I mean, we played Giants in Modern and they did alright. They did pretty good. Oh, this hand is so slow. So much value, but we can't keep it. And this is a... Wow, we're going to lose to Giants. We are going to lose to Giants. Oh, into the one-lander. I thought London Mulligans were supposed to mean this never happens. Well, down to 5 it is. All right. How can this 5-card hand possibly win? Ashia's got to go bottom. And I guess Hallowed Fountain. All right. Here we go. Opponent keeping 7, so their hand should be pretty good. I blame the Scoot Swarm. If we hadn't added that Scoot Swarm, this match would already be over. Oh, that's on you, chat. That's on you. Lotus Cobra. This Lotus Cobra living would actually be pretty good. We could get down Omnath the turn early, which would be great, but... Opponent. Well, at least they had to spend a roast. They had to use a... Oh, no. Wow, opponent with the max greed mode achieved. Lotus Cobra. Oh, opponent. Does not believe in mulligans. Okay, well, we have a shot. We have a shot on the Moldavide. Opponent. Storms are in both hands. Should have cut them, but think of the value. Yeah, I know. 81 consistency. Opponent, Yorbo. Well, okay. Plains, trigger. Red, white, green, and blue. Omnath draws us more Omnaths. Okay, pass the turn. If our Omnath lives, we get a shot. Opponent. Tapped land. Hopefully they don't have another Rose. That would be obnoxious. Opponent. Rose Tribal. Oh, and they top deck a land too. Oh no. Everything's coming up opponent. Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 16. Well, Locust of the Royals for days. 4 days. Well, Omnath. Except we need to tap blue mana. Omnath. Snipe the Llanowar Elves. Play the Steam Vents. Grow the Omnath. Pass the turn. I mean, we're putting up a fight. We're actually putting up a fight. We found a way to kill Llanowar Elves. Hopefully our opponent does not keep drawing lands. I noticed there are some interesting knights coming in, Mom. Should I invest in Circle of Loyalty? Is it... Holy roast. Is it finally that card's time to shine? Wow, what a hand for our opponent. Maybe. It might actually be time for the card to shine. I don't think I wouldn't invest in it financially. It actually crossed my mind whether you should invest in it financially. But, Risen Reef into more Risen Reefs. All right, well, hit you for 2. Are we going to die to Yorvo again? How did our opponent even cast a triple green card in their deck? None of this makes any sense. Opponent. Show us roast number 4. Crystalline Giant. Spin it to win it. Opponent. Vigilance. Okay, probably the least impactful of hits. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us. Ooh, Skyclave. Okay, we gotta be a little greedy here. Risen Reef. We gotta hit at least one land, right? We gotta hit at least one land. Trigger. We have 1 million lands in this deck. Storm the Festival. Oh no, that's not even close to a land. Oh my... Yeah, now I think we're dead. That is... Oh boy, the low rolls. We are low rolling in every way this game. They just reprinted Circle of Loyalty. So I don't think it'll actually be. I don't think it'll actually be worth investing in financially. All right, opponent. Vigilance in reach. Goes to combat attacks. Well, now we gotta jump with the Risen Reef. This deck plays a ton of lands, too. And there's a Quakebringer foretold. Gee whiz. We're playing 36 lands, I think. How are we not hitting any? How can we do this? How can we remain alive? Play Mom? Mom is a okay blocker. The problem is eventually they're going to spin into something devastating with this Crystalline Giant. Next turn. The problem is the Quakebringer comes down, and then we're getting burnt out with that as well. How do we do it? There's got to be a way. Yeah, I mean, the dream is Omnath, untap land. Omnath, untap land, Skyclave. That's the best case. We could run out Mom. We're dead to this spinning into flying. Oh, this is the turn that determines whether we got a shot in this game. We have so many lands in the deck to hit. I mean, in our dream world, Mom lives, draw land, storm the festival. That would be pretty sweet. Can we beat a Quakebringer though? So what if we Omnath and whiff? How bad is that? I mean, obviously not good. Can we recover from Omnath whiffing? Omnath, kill the Mystic. You know what? We gotta do it, but we want to leave up white in case we hit a land. All right, green, red, blue, whatever. Here we go. Omnath comes down. We'll save that for last, for drama. Kill the Mystic. Trigger. Boy, oh boy. All right, pass the turn. Where are these 36 Magic the Gathering land cards? We're playing a commander amount of lands in our deck. No! An opponent top decks roast number 4. Spins into Death Touch. Well, yeah, I mean, wow. Wow. Is there any way out of this now? We can't play more than 36. That's already like an absurd number of lands. If anything, I was tempted to cut lands. Opponent has drawn as many lows as we have drawn lands. Should have played Mom. I mean, should have drawn a land. Yeah, okay. Jump and jump. If we top deck Scoot Swarm, we're conceding. We're done. League over. All right. Well, hoping for a miracle. At least we know our opponent's out of roast because they've drawn them all. Storm the festival. I mean, this has just been the ultimate low roll. In every possible way we have low rolled. Opponent. Fair. Wow. Well, I mean, we play a high variance game. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. Have you ever drafted either conspiracy sets? Played a little bit. Bro, roast is, I mean, roast is good. Yeah, that was brutal. The brutal, ugh. Jeez, so many things went in the way that could not give us a chance to do anything that game. Mull to 5, draw no lands, opponent draws 4 rows, whiff on Storm the Festival. Many things conspired for the Giants in that one. Many things. Oh, good game, Jim's knee boys. You could have made it by playing Skyclave. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's actually true. I mean, we play Skyclave, our opponent just roasts it and makes a 4/4. Like, I think the way we win, like, Skyclave maybe, like, helps us not lose for another turn, but I don't think Skyclave actually helps us win. Grixis, eh? Some crim gaming going on over there. Land go. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, Giants have some decent cards. I mean, I guess in Pioneer, if you're playing reasonably on-curve things a turn early because of Llanowar Elves and Elvis Mystic, you can win games. Opponent. Thought seizes. I need to figure out the Yarian Fire's luck. No idea how consistently they have it. That always blows my mind when it comes to Yarian decks in specific. That somehow they always find their fires, even though they're 80 cards. About it. I mean, this hand's fine, right? Hand doesn't seem bad. We'll see how it lines up against the Crim control deck. Will we resolve a spell? Well, we really don't want to get Omnath censored. Now we're going to draw all the lands. Let's just grab Yarian, I guess, and not. Oh, they're just gonna play Nicole Bolas or some Crim card. All right, Yarian. Play a Jetmir's Gardens. Pass the turn. This is a Ashya Lotus Cobra Elish Norn. I don't know if I want to say combo. I don't know if combo's the right word for it. Synergy deck. Corneas, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Opponent. Gonna pass. Leave up there many counter spells. We draw. Okay. I told you we played lands in this deck. I told you lands were in there. Alright. I guess we play Omnath. This isn't a Ashya deck. This isn't a Ashya Lotus Cobra combo deck. It just happens to have elementals in it. And it happens that some of the good elementals are Omnaths. How are you, Cordius? Opponent. Ionize, okay. A little bit of countering and burning there. Pass the turn. So what are y'all building with March of the Machines cards? Opponent plays a tap land and passes. Okay, we can stop drawing lands now, deck. We can stop drawing lands. That would be acceptable. It would be acceptable. All right, 6 manas. Storm the Festival. Is Storm the Festival just bad? Maybe Storm the Festival is just not a good Magic card. Maybe it's just bad. Okay. JP the Pirate. Welcome. I guess it's explosive vegetation. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you planning on against the odds 5 colored battles? Definitely planning on playing battles. I don't know exactly what the list will look like yet, but yes, playing battles is high on the to-do list. All right. Well, I guess we just take 2 lands. I feel like Lotus, well, you know what? Maybe Lotus Cobra is fine. It's going to die, but then that's a removal spell out of our opponent's hand, so maybe that's fine. I don't know if our opponent's all that frightened by our... Okay, yeah, we had a feeling that was coming. Boom. Add a mana. Pass the turn. About it. Have you seen my Jun Pirates deck? I really want to have a good pirate payoff in Ixalan this fall. Who? I don't think so. Do you have a link? Or was it a whatever the alchemy card is, the busted alchemy card? Was it the busted alchemy card deck? Someone sent me a historic pirate deck that was built around Crucius or whatever. I don't remember who it was though. Hey, what's up, Winzo? How are you? Good to see you. Opponent, Ral. Gonna start drawing cards. Elish Norn. I mean, Elish Norn is good. I don't know if it's good here, but I guess we play it. Actually, should we try to be, maybe we need to be Eldritch Evolutioning. Maybe that's what we need to be doing. To actually try to get some, are we like playing Yarion to to get a Risen Reef? Is that the world we live in? That feels horrible, but that might be our best play here. Do you have a link to your deck, Corneus? It can be printed paper if they change all the seek to reveal. I just think the card's busted in a power level sense. But I will say that using it to make pirates work is probably one of the fairest uses of it. That seems like an actual good use to it. Maybe that's better. Actually, wait, do we have the mana? We don't have the mana to storm, right? We don't. I mean, I guess we can just Elish Norn. Elish Norn is hard to kill. Maybe Elish Norn sticks. Yeah, let's run it out. I mean, we got to do something about this Ral. This Ral just drawing cards every turn, and eventually Embleming does just straight up beat us. We got our opponent low on cards, but unfortunately, they had the Planeswalker to refuel. Opponent. Do they actually... Oh, they do actually have a removal spell. There's not a ton of removal in Pioneer that kills Mom, but that is one of them. But I think we might be kind of locked here, unfortunately. Opponent. Shield Red. And a Watery Grave tapped. We need a very good draw here. It is another land. Huh, okay. Storm is 10, so we still need multiple turns. Wow, this is so bad in so many ways. Wow, this feels so brutal, but 1, 2, 3. This cannot be. Oh, this is like the most painful thing we've ever had to do, but okay, so Yarion. Oh, this is a classic 8 mana 3-card Omnath, I think. Eldritch Evolution. Omnath, Locus of the Royal to deal a single damage at this Ral. And then Stomping Grounds, tapped. Draw another land. Ooh, pass the turn. Opponent. Hey Seth, I set my list of set decks yesterday, been under the weather, not focused on Magic this week. I saw the email halfway. I haven't actually went through the deck list yet, but it is there, and I will get to it soon. Thank you. I always look forward to the new set brews. Have you Seth, you've been commissioned by WotC to design a cycle of rare dual lands based on different fast food chains. Which fast food joint do you assign to each color pair, and what abilities do the land have? Oh my goodness, that is a very hard but very good question. Opponent going attacking. Wow, that's a really good question. Opponent flip and the power toughness. Wait. What is going on in this league? So we lost to Giant Tribal. And now we lost to Ral. I haven't seen Ral in so many years. I forgot that card was a thing. Well, all right. Here goes the YOLO. Boom. We're going to get censored, aren't we? We are not going to get censored. So Tolsimir does nothing. Is it Scoot Swarm? All right, chat. You wanted Scoots. Let's see if Scoots can save us. Boom. Scoot Swarm. Fabled Passage. Make another Scoot. Can Scoot? I mean, we got to find a way to get rid of the Shield Rid. And also the Ral. And also many other things. But, all right, let's just do this now. While your opponent stepped out. Get a Plains. Double Scoot. I mean, that's some bugs. We got some bugs. We're not dead yet. Opponent. So what land would be... Boy, that is such a tricky question. Going to Command Fest Indy this weekend, did you hear they changed some locations? So people are pretty upset. I did see that. I don't know Indianapolis, so I don't know how to compare it to the new location to the old one, but it sounded like it went from a convention center to a Marriott hotel. Woo! So fun. Scoots have been suited. If I want to play this deck on Arena, what card should I use? Magic is just such a... I mean, it's what makes Magic such a great game, but it is a funny game. It is a funny game. Luke, welcome to the fishbowl. The Scoot Swarm. Yeah, opponent came prepared. Opponent knew that Scoot Swarm was a possibility, and they came prepared with the answer. Well, I guess we do some trimming. Bring in some counters. I guess Leyline Binding is probably just necessary. Reflector Mage doesn't seem great from what we've seen so far. Voice of Resurgence would be very nice against our opponent's seemingly endless string of counter spells and interaction. What else do we cut? Probably an Essence. Well, Essence Flux can fizzle a removal spell. That doesn't seem bad. We haven't got our combo set up once yet, which is sad. Delphi Guru, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Luke, welcome you as well. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. But even if we made more Scoot Swarms, they still all die to a Ritualist infinite number of Scoot Swarms wrecked by a single Ritualist in Rao. Amnesia, how are you? Good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, maybe we just gotta go down the Eldritch Evolutions. Getting those countered is so brutal. How is Archon, what does Archon do against Grixis control? Well, I mean, this is probably fine. It's definitely not fast, but our opponent's deck is also not fast, so keeping a slow hand is probably pretty good. Hey, Zeth, I want to play this deck on Arena. What card should I use instead of Voice of Resurgence? That's a good question. There's nothing that it does what Voice of Resurgence does. So I'd probably be looking for an elemental. You know, we pull it up on Scryfall and see what's actually legal in. Are you playing Explorer, I assume? Opponent. Wow, 2-mana Thoughtseize. Okay, well, there goes our Fable. We would have liked to get that down. So probably go with some sort of 2-drop elemental. Opponent takes the Fable, leaves a card on top, passes the turn. Well, Glacial Fortress, grab Iarion. I mean, eventually we can start trying to cast Storm the Festivals. We'll see. We'll see if it's enough. I want to do the sweet value thing. So far, I'm disappointed. Not that we lost, but we just haven't been able to do the super cool thing we want to do with this deck. Opponent. Little bit more discard. So is there anything that would actually be good? I mean, you can play more Leafkin Druids. So I guess I would play more of those, and then I don't know. It might just be like Leafkin Druid and Tangle Floral Hedron. I don't think there's anything that really does the same thing. Opponent takes our Iarion. All right, well, Sparus headquarters, go. Opponent. Yeah, so I guess I would just go that direction. There's not a lot of good options really. Temple Garden. Go. I think there's a plot at WotC. They keep releasing all the cool full arts in Daily Store and Arena right before a set comes out, draining all my coins. I mean, I think that's an actual strategy. Opponent. Well, I mean, we get to Storm the Festival. One of these days, we're actually going to have a good Storm the Festival, and it's going to be sweet. All right, opponent. Rouse. This could be the day. This could be the day we draw another land. This is why I thought it was weird we could not hit those lands against Giants, is we're just like, this deck is super land heavy. All right, Storm the Festival. Be good for... We got 30 creatures. We got 30 creatures and the Fable of the Mirror Breakers. At this point, it's kind of just getting funny, actually. At this point, it's actually just kind of funny. Maybe this deck should play less lands so your storms are good. But we want more lands to make our elementals good and our combo good. Yeah, 6-mana Explosive Vegetation. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Yeah, we're going to die to Ral now. Opponent. Sheoldred with mana up to interact with our Storm the Festival. Lotus Cobra. Well, 1, 2, 3. This is going to get countered, isn't it? 4, 5. Also 6. Storm the Festival. Well, it didn't get... Okay, we actually hit Magic cards. Magic cards have been hit this time. Uh-huh. That's not the worst. Okay, that was actually a good store in the festival. That was a good store in the festival. What do we do with this? I mean, playing a reasonable amount of lands isn't an anti-synergy, right? Like, I don't think like, oh, I'm playing enough lands to cast my spells makes Storm the Festival bad. That I don't think that's how it works. Double Omnath would be fine. Bounce Sheoldred Omnath. We can also Reflector Mage. Reflector Mage, Bounce Sheoldred, sack it to Neo form. That might be the best. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Okay. Reflector Mage. Oh, I just want to do value-y things, though. But yeah, I guess we have to try to deal with... What if we just get 2 elementals and draw the cards? We'd probably die, but... Okay, Risen Reef. We're going to do value-y stuff. We have to. Risen Reef Omnath. How can we pass up the chance to do what our deck's trying to do? Get a bunch of triggers. Risen Reef hits a land. We gain some life. Risen Reef hits a Voice of Resurgence. Omnath draws another Storm the Festival. We get drained. We play a Steam Vents. Tapped to make some mana. Voice of Resurgence. Risen Re... Oh, there's Ashya. Oh, we're so close to actually doing it. We're actually super close to doing it. Super close. Lotus Cobra. Oh, we might actually get to do it. Okay, pass the turn. Oh, we're really close to doing the thing. Hey, what's up, Vihas? I'm sorry. Yeah, you never know with like Twitch and YouTube. Sometimes they're not as good at notifying as they should be. I'm still worried about this route. What does this do if it ultimates? Kills us, right? Get an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, 4 damage to any target. Yeah, that does kill us. All right. Well, let's see what they got. Opponent. All about those ritual assets. We get an elemental. We still have an Omnath. We have our Ashya. Opponent. Okay. I mean, this obviously isn't good. And we have to deal with this Ral or we lose. But if Storm the Festival's good... Come on, deck. Oh, opponent's going to attack. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess Ral's not going to ultimate then. Fabled Passage. All right, well, get drained down to 12. 1, 2, this is our chance. To do big things. 3, 4, 5, 6. Storm the Festival. Okay, Omnath. And Fabled Passage. Okay, that's something. Omnath, Fabled Passage. Start getting some triggers. Gain some life. Draw a card. It's a Triumph. Get drained. I'll play Fabled Passage. Make some mana. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do we just storm the festival again? I guess we do. Okay, Fabled Passage. Get an island. Storm the festival. Storm the festival. I mean, these Storm the festivals have been very good. We've had some whiffs, but these ones have been much better. Okay, storm the festival. Oh, Mom. We found Mom. We found Mom. And also, I guess, Obnath. Okay. Get some triggers. Draw some cards. Die to Shieldred. Well, hit the Row. We are kind of getting wrecked by Shieldred, aren't we? Okay, down to 4. Pass the turn. Hopefully remain alive. I mean, that was a good turn. Have you played the Tinker Draft on Arena? It's super fun. Drafted a Teamer Control. I have never successfully casted Emrakul more times in my life. I have it. What is the Tinker Draft? What is the theme of that one? Artifacts? Yeah, binding helps. Binding does help. That's a way we can hopefully deal with this Shieldred. Oh, I really want to combo off. We have the Ashya. They killed our Lotus Cobra, though. Okay, well, so much for the leyline binding. Yeah. Opponent takes a leyline binding. We had plans for that. We did have plans for that. Opponent. Holy discard. I mean, that sounds like a fun cube. All right, opponent. Stripping our hand. Okay. And then... well, I guess we gotta sack the Omnath. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent. Are we attacking? No. Okay, hopefully we can get out of this. Oh, we just draw the Skyclave? That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to try Tinker Cube. I don't know, maybe I've played it in the past and didn't realize it. But that does sound super fun. Well, okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's Skyclave. Get rid of the Shieldred. Thank goodness. This time, we're storming the festival with a Mom out, which is kind of bonkers. I mean, we should, and we aren't getting killed by Shieldred now, so I think things are shaping up. Through all the discard in the world. There's a Lotus Cobra. So we have the, we don't have the Ashya. I'll take Lotus Cobra. Take Breeding Pool. Tapped. Get some triggers. Add green. Add blue. I don't think we're casting anything though. Yeah, let's kill this Planeswalker. Everything at Ral. Finally dealt with the Planeswalker. And then next turn. The most recent Tigger's Cube seems better balanced than the last few. I've been winning records with Blue-Black Reanimator, Blue-Red Prowess, Green-Red Stompy, 3-3 records with Saltine, Black-Red Aristocrats. Well, that sounds sweet. Well-balanced cubes are always nice. We have a new donation from Godslayer Seneth. $5 donation. Hey Seth, I've been a long time lurker on the YouTube and watching stream replays. I'm a Commander player who kind of... Opponent on their ritual sets, who kind of wants to get into Modern, but is entirely oblivious. Could you peek at my deck list? Hey, Godslayer, I would love to take a peek. Send me a link. Send me a link and I will check it out. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. All right, Thoughtseize. Again. When is Omniscience Draft? Omniscience Draft is always super fun. I think that's my favorite special format they do on Arena. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Maybe it's party time. Risen Reef. Trigger. Well, okay. Disdainful Strokes to find one to have in hand. Risen Reef. Trigger. Oh, it's a Scoot Swarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, okay, so we'll play it safe. Play a Scoot. This one's for you, chat. This one's for you. Katira Triome. Double Trigger. Wait, shouldn't we have made way more Scoots? Why did we not make way more Scoots? Now I'm disappointed. Wait. Am I missing something? Shouldn't we have made a ton of Scoots there? Well, no, we're always trying to break Moto Arena, but I don't think the deck's just like full on jank. Hopefully not. Here's my list. I was considering Gut Shot, Fire and Ice, and Stupid Monkey scare me. Stupid Monkey is a good card to be scared of. The Scoots have arrived. You can't look away. You never know when the Scoots are gonna show up. Wow. My bigger worry here is I think we're gonna run out of time. Well, okay. Counter the Row. Our opponent scoops it up. Okay, Scoot Swarm win. We got the Scoot Swarm win. It's so fun. Do you remember when people would talk about banning Scoot Swarm in Standard? Do you actually remember that? Scoot Swarm of all things. Was that a best of one issue? Was there like a broken Scoot Swarm deck in best of one? Because like I always thought it was so funny because if you played best of 3, Scoot Swarm was like an against the odds card basically. But there would be like posts on Arena, YouTube videos about how you gotta ban Scoot Swarm. Jeskai Prowess. Clever Lumenmancer. Yeah. Metamorphose, Expressive Iteration. I mean, I think this looks pretty solid. This looks pretty solid to me. Good mixture of spells, powerful threats. The removal looks, I mean, honestly, like this looks like a fine modern deck to me. There's really not much, I guess, like, so if you're gonna go Clever Lumenmancer, Swift Spear, Soulscar Mage, just like the super cheap prowess creatures, I do think stuff like maybe maxing out the lava darts or considering the gut shots, I think those go up in value. Maybe like, so one card that I don't normally see in similar decks is Boros Charm in the main. That could be one that maybe it would be better as like a lightning bolt or something. Although I do like the jank amount one shot potential with Clever Lumenmancer. So I like the spice level of it. Also lightning bolt I think is, oh wait, there's lightning bolt. Okay, I was overlooking the lightning bolt. So Boros Charm would be the one that I would consider most on the fence. And then I would consider maybe like Prismatic Ending. Do you need that in the main deck? 4 Considers I think is probably good. And Expressive Iteration is absolutely busted in decks like this. So I might be in the like, maybe trim a couple Boros Charms or Prismatic Endings and go 4 Considers, 4 Lava Darts, 4 Expressive Iterations. But really, I think you're on a solid path for building a good modern deck. Scoot, Ashya, Mutate, Landgrab. I mean, we're trying to do it. Hey, Seth, I got to Diamond for the first time with your Orzhov Tokens deck, so thank you. Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad it's working. Oh, God. 2 basics. Yeah, we cannot keep this. This deck mulligans a lot, doesn't it? All right, this will Triome Tribal. Keep. I guess just stomping grounds to the bottom. Well, here we go. Urabraska is a card I'm really excited for. I don't know. I wonder, though, in like the modern Oh dear. Well, I guess eventually we're just gonna start playing a lot of Omnath Locus of Creations. It is a busted card. I wonder, like, as strong as Urbrask is, would you play Urbrask in a deck like this in Modern? And I'm not sure. Like, it's 4 mana is a lot for a deck like this. So I think that Urbrask is a... Yeah, would you like an Omnath about it? Yeah, we didn't even have the mana to cast the Scoot, though. So I'm actually not sure if... I'm not sure if Urbrask will make it in those style of Modern decks. Well, our opponent's going to Thought Seize them anyway, so we don't got to worry about actually resolving them. Katira Triome. Yo. Yeah, sideboard option could be good. I mean, I think Urbrask is really powerful. I just think it might be too slow for prowess. Like, when Modern prowess is doing what it's intending to do, it is typically winning the game. It is typically winning the game by the turn that you would even be playing an Urbrask. Urbrask Boros with Red-White Battle. I mean, I think Urbrask, I'm excited for it in Standard. I'm also, like, I think Pioneer/Explorer, I think could be about the right pace for it. Like, you just get a little bit more time in those formats compared to Modern. So I think that that those could be a good home as well. About it. What is this deck doing? What is this deck doing? Oh, well, that's the downside of having double Omnath in hand, I guess. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Oh, what do you think about the Ginny Fae thing? Do you think the Ginny Fae deck will actually work? Well, I mean, at least we drew into other somewhat playable cards. Even though losing Omnath does hurt. I mean, now our deck is a very, very high percentage of lands. So wait, we play... Okay, so play a Lotus Cobra. Play a Glacial Fortress. Play a Fable of the Meowbreaker. I mean, I guess we didn't get fully wrecked there. Like, that was okay. Considering we lost all of our Omnaths, that was better than I was expecting about it. But do you think that... So, the synergy is... I actually think this might be good in Standard. So, I can't believe it's built around Glistening Dawn of all things. I don't know if you've seen this, but, like, Glistening Dawn seems pretty bad. Like, you incubate twice, where X is the number of lands you control. The problem is it just doesn't do anything right away. If you cast this on turn 4, you're just getting non-creature incubates that you have to eventually flip. Sacks a non-token creature. All right, so we lose our Lotus Cobra. Opponent passing. I forgot we're running out of time. I will ask you about this momentarily. Ooh, Omnath. Well, let's be greedy. Discard a Skyclave. Discard a Stomping Grounds. Draw many lands. Get in with the Goblin. Hit ya. Grab a... I guess a Yarion. Grab the Yarion. I don't really want to just run this out into likely counter mana. Pass the turn. We have a new donation from, wow, a big donation. McKeary, $15 donation. Thank you so much. Hey, Seth, have you ever played 61 card Umori Sorceries on Mucha Brew? I don't think we have. I remember seeing the deck list or hearing about it, but I don't think we ever played it. I will put up in just a second. I'm worried about timing out. We've played very slow. Red, green, blue. Actually, maybe we just play Yarion. That might be best. Let's play Yarion. Let's just run out Yarion. We're gonna keep waiting. The Omnath gets better. The Omnath gets better anyway once we can Make land drops right away to draw cards. Yarion. I expect Ionize. Our opponent's been leaving up 3 mana pretty religiously here. All right, Ionize. Yep. Well, Hallowed Fountain. And pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This needs 8 lands. Ooh. Ooh. Torrestos. Welcome to the Veg Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you about it. Finds their Ral. There's always a Ral waiting for that. Well, we need some action. Opponent. Ral gonna take down to kill the Kiki Jiki. Okay. I mean, we need like a Risen Reef would be wonderful. Storm the Festival would be great. Not more. Oh, this is such a bummer. Yeah, I mean, I think we gotta play it, unfortunately. We hit Ralph for a single point of damage. We play the Fabled Passage, get a counter. If we had one more land, this would be spectacular, but about it. Oh, I promise Makiri, I really appreciate the donation. I will definitely look at the deck list. About it ticks up. Come on, no removal, please. We really need this to live. Land mill, that's a slightly good sign. Shieldred, that's a worse sign. And Weathered Runestone, okay. So Storm the Festival is not helpful anymore. Opponent passes. Mystical Dispute would have been good in the past. Well, Fabled Passage. Get a counter, draw a card, take some damage. Crack the Fabled Passage. Get a mountain, counter, draw, damage. Fabled Passage, crack it. Counter, draw, damage. Play a Voice of Resurgence. Play a Leafkin Druid. All right, pass the turn. Oh, pass the turn. That was a fine turn. About it. The problem is they still got Ral going, so they still get to keep digging through their deck. And they got Shieldred going. Wow, this is going to be very close. Opponent takes up Ral. Yeah, we're running out. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Opponent mills the Thoughtseize. What was the card that they took? Better than a Thoughtseize, presumably. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ral. Well, we will Mystical Dispute that. For sure. About it. Blood Crypt. Tapped. It's going to be close. Thoughtseize. Well, okay. Essence Flux. The Omnath. Kill the Ral. Thoughtseize whiffs. Can we get rid of the Shieldred? That would be very helpful. Opponent. Because it is killing us. Opponent is out of cards finally, but we are kind of out of cards as well. But we got the Omnath, Fable the Mirrorbreaker, get drained down to 8. Plains. Counter. On Voice of Resurgence, get drained. Alishnorn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Mom. 1, 2, 3. We're either going to be just in time or just out of time. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Pass the turn. Getting drained by Shieldred. What a close game. About it. I mean, we did end up killing the Ral. Get drained. What do they draw? Shieldred versus the World. Who has the better Praetor? Oh, if we can get rid of the Shieldred. Oh, just a land. That doesn't kill us. About it. Passing. That doesn't kill us. Not yet. We draw. Reflector Mage? Sun Petal Grove. Well, decline. Does this mean we're dead? I think so. I mean, we don't got it because of Shieldred. Shieldred is just locking us out of doing anything fun, unfortunately. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're done. Oh, brutality. Shieldred up to 17. Well, we get one draw. We get one draw. It's got to deal with Shieldred. That is the game. Opponent. I mean, if we redraw, we die, right? I mean, I guess it speeds up the process by a turn, but yeah, and that does it. Shieldred. Oh boy, this has been some very, very, very awkward running. So, McKiri, thank you for the donation again. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if we ever played this. I remember this from I can't remember if we did or not. I feel like there was a version of it like a year ago, and we definitely talked about it. I want to say maybe we played it, but I actually don't remember. There might have been like a Cabal Coffers Yumori sorcery deck. Definitely a pretty wild list. I'm kind of surprised there's no... Oh, there is Coffers in this list. Yeah, I'd have to look back. I honestly don't remember, but it definitely looks super fun. I mean, Torment of Hailfire is such a cool win, and you get a lot of very weird cards that you normally wouldn't see because you have the sorcery restriction. So that could be a fun one to try sometime or revisit sometime. Oh, I missed your sub, Jaguar. My apologies. Welcome back to the Fishbowl for the 61st month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. What are your thoughts on House Manning, Fast Mana, and Commander? My playgroup bans both tutors for combo pieces and fast mana. I mean, we ban fast mana on Commander Clash. My personal opinion is Commander is a better format without fast mana. If I ran the RC, if I was Sheldon, I would ban the fast mana. I know that's against the philosophy of Commander, where they don't believe in banning anything or whatever. Like the philosophy of Commander banning is something that would not be my philosophy. But yes, I mean, so the definition, the cards that So if I was in charge of it, and the definition of fast mana can mean a whole lot of things, but when I say fast mana, I'm specifically referring to mana rocks that make more mana than they cost. So this would be like Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, and probably like Grim Tutor, or no, Grim Monolith. Those would be the three. I might be missing one, but those are the three that immediately come to mind that I would ban. Like stuff that makes more mana than it costs to produce. Hey, what's up, Longshot? How are you? Jeweled Lotus. I mean, yeah, I guess Jeweled Lotus too. So my argument is, so on one hand, like they do kind of even each other out if everyone's doing it. But the reason that I don't like them is blue-white control, eh? Blue-white control, A. Well, I think we have to Temple Garden first. Shock ourselves. Lotus Cobra to play around Censor. I don't like how they influence the play patterns of the game. So I think what happens with Soul Ring, in my experience at least, is someone plays Soul Ring. Are we just omnathing? So one player draws Soul Ring. That player is not necessarily going to win the game, but they are going to become the arch enemy. Like one of two things is going to happen when someone plays Soul Ring on turn one. Either that person actually does run away with the game, which might be the best case scenario, or they become the arch enemy and the rest of the table has to take that player out, or at least like really work to slow them down to make the game balanced. So that's kind of my that and I don't really like either of those. Like someone running away with the game, I guess, is the best case because, well, then you can just start another game, assuming you're playing with your play group or whatever. But then one person becoming arch enemy and being taken out earlier, those are the games that I feel worst about in Commander. Like, whenever we do a Commander clash and Phil ends up getting taken out early, it feels really bad. It feels really bad. Or anyone gets taken out early, not just Phil. It happens to Phil the most because he plays the really scary fast. No, like he doesn't even play fast mana. He just plays like a ton of ramp, and we know he plays busted top end cards. So it's like if Phil starts ramping turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and he has like 8 mana, you gotta deal with him, or he's gonna do something absurd and run away with the game. My puppy is still biting and destroying everything, but she's too cute to yell at. I know that feeling. Oh my, the cat and dog. So the cat, okay, first I was gonna kill, not literally kill, but the cat, oh my God, like 2 in the morning, I'm sleeping. The cat starts wandering around the house, meowing, and then I wake up. I thought, okay, it's gonna be fine. I wake up to it walking on top of me. It came in the bedroom and started walking on top of me, meowing. So I was like, oh, I cannot deal with this. And I didn't even know, like, she had food, she had water, like everything she could want, she had. I guess she just felt like meowing at me for a while. So I was like, oh no, I hope this isn't a thing. But then I think she might just be wanting to be around more, because then the next night she actually came in and just like laid on the bottom of the bed and slept. She just laid there and slept and was peaceful. And Bear was yeah, boy, cats are different. And Bear was cool with it. Bear like was sleeping. He sleeps either on the floor, like on the other side of the bottom of the bed, and he was good with it. He didn't freak out. So it ended up being actually kind of a positive in a weird way. And then the next day, Bear was just laying on the floor in the living room, and the cat actually came down and like laid her head like on his arm, and Bear didn't know what to do. Bear's like, he's just so big, and he's still a little wary of like, is this cat like gonna scratch my eyes out? He didn't know what to do. He just looked confused. So eventually he did his paw. He does this paw thing. He does it to me all the time too, but he gave her the paw, and I think they're becoming friends. I think it's actually happening. I didn't think it was gonna work. I didn't think the whole dogs and cats being together thing. I was a little skeptical, but I think I might actually end up in a situation where they actually don't just tolerate each other, but actually get along, which is cute. Well, get in, hit ya. Opponent takes the beats. Well, red, green, blue, white. Omnath. Opponent. What does our opponent have in hand? They haven't been countering our... here we go. All right. Opponent has make disappear in hand. Sure. Well, Sun Petal Grove. Make a mana. Grab a Eorion. And pass the turn. There's an MTG Goldfish Discord, yes. You should check it out if you're interested. Wow, we have not got to see Ashya go off, which is disappointing because that's the main reason I want to play this deck. Hopefully we'll get to it. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. The bitter spray never worked for Bear. Thankfully, he's finally started to outgrow it, which has made it much better. But yeah, the bitter spray never actually worked with him. He actually would just he would lick it up. He actually liked the taste of the bitter spray. I'd spray it on something and I would come in the room and find him just slurping it up. Opponent down to 12. Do we even play anything? Do we play anything? This would be the turn of a farewell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, Omnath would be sweet. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. We're gonna pass. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, so the Ginny Faye thing. Okay, there's a Supreme Verdict. We knew that was a possibility. I want to see if you think this can be a real standard deck. All right, red, green, blue, white, Omnath. We can pay for a Make Disappear. All right, resolves. We get to draw a card. Fabled Passage. Gain some life. Crack Fabled Passage. Okay, opponent kills the Omnath. Sure. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent. So the idea with the Ginny Faye thing is, Ginny Faye, if you make a token, instead you can make that many cats or dogs, essentially. 2/2 cats with haste or 3/1 through-in dogs. If I'm understanding this right, you can play Ginny Faye on turn 3. On turn 4, you Glistening Dawn. Glistening Dawn, you will incubate 4 twice if you have 4 lands. But if I'm understanding this interaction, you turn the incubates into cats instead of these somewhat useless, you need to spend mana to flip incubates, but you actually get to keep the counters on them. So what this would be is like turn 3 Ginny Faye, turn 4 Glistening Dawn, make 2 hasty 6/6 cats. That seems like it could be good enough for standard, right? Like, couldn't there be a real deck around that? That's 12 hasty power on 2 bodies on turn 4. Yeah, like that actually seems like it could be a real synergy. So that has made me much more excited about Glistening Dawn, like way more excited, because I thought as an actual card it was going to be pretty bad, but how would that play into Rakdos midrange? Seems like it'd be fine, right? I mean, they're big enough to get through Sheoldreds. I mean, 2 hasty 6/6s on turn 4 probably plays against anyone. I mean, I guess the risk would be if your opponent, the cats get the counters, they do. That's kind of the whole synergy of it. I guess the risk would be if your opponent can kill the Ginny Faye, then you just get the incubates and everything becomes much less exciting. All right, opponent counters and kills all of our stuff. Plays a Teferi. Very annoying. Are we going to win a game with this deck? I'm starting to think we might not win a game with this deck, or win a match with this deck, which is hilarious because we've been so close. Every match has been super close, but we have not won any of them. White, green, blue, red. I mean, I guess we gotta give our opponent something to counter. Omnath. We get to draw a card. Fabled Passage. Make some mana. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a land. Make some mana. Omnath number 2. Well, let's see if they got more wraths. Here it comes. Omnath Tribal Assembled. There's a lot of really cool synergies in March of the Machines for our upcoming standard. Like, there's a bunch. All right, that's what we got. Pass the turn. Please don't farewell us. Opponent. So we hit Teferi down to 3. So if Teferi tucks, it goes away. That's something. As you are a certified Boros aggro player, which combat-centric budget commander would you recommend to me? Ooh, Ishin. Oh, I guess that's not exactly Boros. He who carts roses. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Ishin's really fun. Ishin combines my love of Panharmonicons with my newfound love of attacking. So I would recommend Ishin if you don't mind going 3 colors. If you want to stick 2 colors, let's look at some Boros commanders. If you want to stick straight 2 colors, and be aggressive, Winota's probably too strong. Like, Winota, I think your playgroup will end up not liking, probably. It's very, very pushed if you build it strong. And even if you don't build it strong, it's still really good. General Ferris Rockerick is kind of an interesting take. I've enjoyed playing Rockerick decks. I'm intrigued by the new Quintorius in March of the Machines. I don't know how aggro it is, but yeah, maybe I go that direction. I mean, there's a ton of Boros equipment commanders if that's your thing. If you enjoy equipment decks. I think Feather is like a little much. I mean, maybe Ishin's a little much too, but I think Feather's also a little. Just the play pattern. If I see someone play a Feather in a commander game, that is the person I'm trying to kill. Because I know that Feather can just assemble this like pseudo lock state that's almost impossible to get through. So I think if someone reveals Feather in the command zone, I'm going after them, starting on like turn 1 or whatever. Opponent. Shark Typhoon. Seeing if they can hit a Wrath. Spins it to wins it. Makes a Shark. If they don't hit a Wrath and we can deal with this Teferi, we're kind of in business-ish. All right, well, crack the clue. Draw a card. Ooh, Storm the Festival. That's kind of a card. Opponent untaps. We draw. Reflector Mage. Well, okay. Fabled Passage. We're going to draw a bunch of cards. Counter on Omnath. Gain some life. Elementals. Going off. Draw a Triome. Crack the Fabled Passage. Get a land. Make some mana. Counter on the other Omnath. Mana. And Breeding Pool. Well, 1, 2. Storm the Festival. Oh. 3? Yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3. Storm the Festival. If our opponent counters it, then they got to tap down the Hall of the Storm Giants. And we should be able to kill the Teferi. If this ends with Teferi dead, we're in good shape. I mean, what do you think, chat? What's your favorite and least favorite Boros commander? What's the 2-cost Rebel Boros legendary from 1 called? Huh. Those were not the best hits, were they? Lotus Cobra and Triome, I guess. Get some triggers. Oh, I guess this just kills Teferi, doesn't it? That'll work. That'll work. Wipe him out. Opponent drops to 8. Draw a Stomping Ground. Make a white mana. Reflector Mage. Bounce the Shark. Do we attack? Jorkadine, I think. Ooh, how have you found the backgrounds? Do you enjoy playing with the backgrounds? Hoffrey's super fun. I think Osgir is also super fun. It's not really aggro, but it is super fun. You ever evoke a Fury, get 8 damage in a 4/4 hasty double strike? That actually sounds pretty spectacular. Oh yeah, we actually got to look through. We should look through the rest of those legends. That's something we haven't talked about much at all, really. Well, you know what? I don't know if we. So if we attack, 1, 2, 3, 4, they just Kill an Omnath with Hall of the Storm Giant. Oh, we gotta play faster. We've been playing way too slow. This deck apparently does not win very quickly. Yeah, I think we pass. I think we just pass. Make our opponent find it. They gotta find a Wrath. Opponent attempts DeConti for the 11th month. Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Big Scoops here for you. Love the content. Currently brewing EDH deck that has dealt 2.66 trillion damage during testing on turn 8 with Trognar. Wait, is that damage all from doubling Trognar's power? That sounds awesome. Mazzy, I think, is really cool. Mazzy's unique. The play pattern of Mazzy's the one that wants you to put auras on your opponent's stuff, right? Am I remembering Mazzy right? Opponent plays a land, passes. Well, we will cycle a Triome. Oh, an opponent cycling the Triome. Too much. Scoops it up. Yeah, Mazzy's super sweet. I love commanders that work differently. Like, in a world where we get a million legends, and we get a million legends, for me, Jorkadine, well, I just could care less. Like, a slightly different twist on the 10th version of a Boros Equipment Commander, that doesn't do anything for me. On the other hand, Mazzy is the kind of card where I'm like, wow, we haven't really had a deck that cared about this before. Same with, like, it's hard for me to get hyped about a card, for Commander, for a card like Brawl and Karizev. There's a million Izzet Spellslinger commanders. I guess there's some slight twist. You got monkey synergies because you make a Ragavan or something. But, like, we've seen this. We know what you do with it. You put all the spells in there and you cast them and it's going to be fine. So Mazzy is the exact kind of commander that I get excited for. Mono white flicker background because they run a million vehicles. Actually get to do sneaky stuff like Roadside Reliquary. Oh, Roadside Reliquary is so strong. One of the best standard cards. Also, how's the job search going, Megacarp? Where are these legends? Yeah, wow, boy, there is an absurd number of cards in this set, isn't there? Scrolling for days. Okay, multiverse legends, we found them. There's got to be some sweet new arena stuff with these. All right, Leyline Bindings in, Counter Spells in, Rending Volley in. Go down, Neoform, Tolsimir, Reflector Mages mostly. Maybe we can just outvalue them. Voice Resurgence, great. Oh, I really don't want to cut a Shia. We want to do the Shia thing. But maybe we'll go down one. Let's go 2 Ashayas, run it like that. Ayara is intriguing to me. I like how it's kind of a go big sack deck, which I know there's a ton of Rakdos sack decks, but the go big plan is a little bit different. It's got something spicy going on. As far as the Multiverse Legends, Borderclad, I'm really excited to just build a janky deck around in Historic. Like, it's just such a cool card. That's another one, like, turning all your tokens into a copy of a token. It's a pretty unique ability. So really, really, really hyped about that one. I think that one's gonna be really sweet. Anafenza might have some combo potential on Arena. Backgrounds they were from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate, and it's like enchantments that are partner commanders, essentially. Like, there's certain legends that say pick a background, and if you have a pick a background legend, this is fine. If you have a pick a background legend, you can have an enchantment in your command. One of these background enchantments is your second commander, essentially. Yeah, Zada, I'm surprised that one's not already on Arena. I always, for some reason, just assume that it's on Arena, but apparently it's not. So yeah, that's gonna be a sweet one. Zada just does some really cool things. That's another one that's, I think, worth building like a historic deck around, or pioneer deck. Opponent doing some foretelling. That's probably scary. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped, and Lotus Cobra. I mean, we got the Risen Reef. So, what did you think of the battle ranking? Am I too high on battles? I keep thinking the battles are going to be really good, but maybe I'm too optimistic. Well, that's Breeding Pool, untapped. Add a mana. Come on, Risen Reef, please resolve. Risen Reef. I gotta draw those cards. Opponent. Oh, boo. Alright, well, there goes our card draw. I think you're putting too much faith in WotC for to know what a mythic battle should be like. So you think Invasion of Innistrad's gonna be bad then? Invasion of Innistrad, I think, is one of the trickiest ones to evaluate. Opponent. Okay. Kills our Lotus Cobra. Ooh, and they have the land. Alright, well. Omnath versus the world, apparently. White, green. White, green, red, blue. All right, well, blue, white. Just kidding. White, red, green. Run it out. Speaking of backgrounds, I've been working on a Gale Waterdeep Protege plus Scion of Halaster deck, which I think would be really fun. Would you like to take a look when it's done? I would love to take a look when it's done. That sounds spicy. Opponent going to make a couple angels. All right. Can we deal with angels? Ooh, mom too. Well, okay. Fabled Passage. Gain some life. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a forest. Make some mana. Storm the Festival. Land and Leaf can Druid, I guess. Not the best Storm the Festival. Deal some damage. Grab a Yarion. Can we beat 2 Sarah Angels? That is currently unclear. I think we actually attack. If our opponent trades one, I think we accept that. Opponent blocks. Omnath down for now. Pass the turn. Want to see a Meme or Dream Myriad deck? I can share Karlash Far Traveler. Sure, I'd love to. I mean, I love seeing everyone's deck, so if you got a sweet deck, feel free to share it. I really miss pinging Arian in Modern. Feels like the only person that likes companions. Yeah. They were, I don't know. For my money, I still have them as the most broken and OP of mechanics, probably of all time, literally. Like, Ashya. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess we just gotta play Yarion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to play Yarion just as a blocker. So run out Yarion. No blinking. Play a tap land. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Can they kill the Yarion? If they kill the Yarion, we're kind of in scary shape. What about against odds in Modern? An Abzan deck with Vizier Remedies, Devoted Druid, Walking Ballista, and Tyvar. I think a deck like that could actually be pretty good. I don't even know if that would count as against odds, honestly. That might just be too... It might be too strong. Well, mom time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Run out mom. How do we feel about a mom opponent? How do we feel about Mom's Sad News Bears? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 Reflector Mage. Wait, where's our blue mana? Oh, all right. Yep. 1, 2, 3. For some reason, I was thinking this was power 4 greater, but it is actually 4 more creatures. Reflector Mage. Bounce you. And also you. We have dealt with the Angels. How are you, Sad News Bears? For the 39th month. Thank you so much. That is a long time of subbing. Do you think the discard battle would work in the Turgid deck from last week? Oh, 4 mana is just... I wish it was 3 mana. If that card was 3 mana, I think it would be, like, actually legitimately good. At 4 mana, it's a little sketchy. I mean, I'm not too worried about our opponent pressuring our life total now, and I think it's worth having the mana. Hey, we actually won a game. I think it's worth having the mana to pay for Censor. I'm sure you answered the question before, but if you were going to bring back companions and wanted you to design one, what would you do to make a card that was both fair but playable? I don't think it's possible. Like, the mechanic itself, in my opinion, is just inherently unhealthy and unfair. So I think I could design a companion that would be fair and healthy, but I don't think it would be playable. Like, I think the way you do that is by making it just like bad, or like Yumori. Yumori has the kind of Yumori would be what I guess I would consider a relatively fair power level for a companion. Even in the case of Yumori, I still don't like the mechanic, but the restriction is harsh enough that you really have to like warp your deck to make it work. So if we're gonna change the mechanic, losing a card in hand would take away the card advantage. I think so. There's two things about companions I think that makes it problematic. One is its free card advantage. Like, you get to start with 8 cards, your opponent starts with 7 cards, so that is just inherently going to give you an advantage. So that's piece one. You could minimize the impact of that by, when you put the companion in your hand, exile a card from hand or something. That would make it not free card advantage. The other issue is repetitive gameplay, and I think that's the problem that's hard to solve. And I think that's, like, at the peak of companions, or even not peak, like the Lurrus era of Modern, seeing Lurrus in your opponent's companion zone 30% of the time, 20%, whatever the number was given the week or the day, like, it just makes the format feel very samey. Like, sure, you know, like, oh, this could be Lurrus Hammer type, and this could be Lurrus Burn, and this could be Lurrus whatever, but it's still like, it gives the appearance of evil, if that makes sense. Like, even if there is diversity underneath, just seeing it staring at you like, Lurrus, it makes the format appear less diverse than it actually is, and feel less diverse than it actually is. So I would not want to try to fix companions. Zerda's an interesting example, because Zerda, it's fair most places, but then isn't Zerda banned in Legacy because of some of the combos that it enabled there? So even one like Zerda, I would say, considering the companions, like, so Lurrus obviously just busted. The odds and evens ones, I think, are, I don't know. They were all busted before. Their original version of companions, they were all pretty busted. Like, were any of them bad? Some were better than others, but hasn't every single companion seen meaningful play? And even they like doubled the cost on a lot of them with the errata. They made them cost literally twice as much. And they still, like, Lurrus was still the best card going in Modern. It's kind of incredible how much they they whiffed on that mechanic. It kind of blows my mind. Like, so Lutri was banned day one. Can I just pull up a list of them? Oh, all right. We can pull up a list on Scryfall. So if we look at the companions, so the history of these cards is wild. Maybe I need to do a review and just go over these cards. Garuda, a legitimate card before the Rata, fringe card after the Rata. Jingatha has seen play the whole time, still sees a lot of play. Kahira, this is probably the one I hate the most, even though it's not the most popular, but creature free decks, just played as a free roll. Karuga was really good with fires. Luris, obviously one of the best cards ever printed in its original form. Lutri, one of the weakest in 60 card formats, but day one ban in Commander. Abash still sees play. Yumori, probably the worst. And then Zerta was really good in Legacy, but it's a hard one to take advantage of in other formats. So I would say 8 out of the 10? 8 out of the 10 are just straight up 8 out of the 10 were straight up staples, which is an incredible hit rate for a mechanic. Did the cycling companion? Yeah, Zerta, I think Zerta is one of the weaker. Oh, we need white mana. Zerta's one of the weaker ones. It only worked in very, very specific decks. But in those decks, it was very good. Rakdos. Oh, being able to get down Voice of Resurgence would make us happy. All right, lands. We need lands. So apparently all these legends, you can open and collect your boosters, also have numbered variants of them. Got to feel bad for people who just wish to collect, for example, a certain character. What do you think of the serialized thing? Like, at this point, it's pretty clear. Oh, come on, land. Untap land. Any untap land. All right. It is a land. Opponent's going to get to do things, though. I don't know. I'm pretty okay with serialized cards. Is there any real meaningful downside? So we know the Praetors are serialized. Opponent going to Thoughtseize. So we know the Praetors are serialized. I don't think they actually announced the serialized cards from this set. People have just been opening them. So I don't think we actually have a list, at least that I'm aware of, unless they've published one since then. Oh, our friend Shieldred. Oh, and we miss our land drop. Okay. Well, go Reflector Mage. Bounce Shieldred. Pass the turn. I'm gonna flip the Saga. So what was the legacy deck that got Zerta banned? Opponent goes attacking. Well, I mean, we're gonna block. All right, we get to kill it. Opponent stomps on the Reflector Mage. And Bone Crusher returns. All right, lands. Risen Reef. That's not a land. And this gets to copy stuff? Oh no. Oh, this is looking grim. I can see why this deck plays so many lands, because the games where we don't draw lands go really, really poorly. They go really, really poorly. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just dead here because we're missing all these land drops. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, go. Oh, Zerta went infinite with Grim Monolith, right? That was the easiest way to break it. Oh god. Yep. Well, that was a quick and easy one. Yeah, I think this deck would rather flood than be screwed for sure. When we draw too many lands, we have a lot of card advantage that can help us fight through it. When we whiff on lands, though, yikes. Like we saw there, like, the deck's not very good at catching up. Once it whiffs on lands. I think that's maybe one of the weaknesses. Honestly, I don't see the problem with serialized cards. Like everything, Wizards will just create more and more of them, so it's not even interesting anymore. I mean, we're playing 36. 36 is a ton. Normally, Ariane decks play like 32, 31, 33 maybe, like somewhere in that range. So this is already like several lands above what you normally play. Yeah, and because you're playing Legacy, Zerta's restriction is relatively easy to meet. I wonder some of them, like, so I know what Wizards was thinking, because Wizards talked about these cards, and one of their concerns was they wanted them all to be easily verifiable. So your opponent would know very easily if you were not following the restriction. So Karuga, your opponent sees you play something that costs less than 3 mana, they immediately know, okay, your deck is not legal. Or Garuda, you play an odd mana cost card, you know it's illegal. Something like Kahira would have been so... I think the card would be so much better and work so much more as intended if you could have the restriction be like, if each of your like, how would you word it? Like each other creature, so it's companion restriction. Each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare beast, or dinosaur, and you have at least 20 creatures in your deck, something like that. Like some restriction to actually make it show up in tribal decks, which is what kind of the goal was. But that's a restriction that's hard to verify easily. Like, how are you going to know playing a game of Magic? Your opponent plays a few creatures. What if they have 19? What if they have 21? You would have no way of actually knowing that. So I think that's, if Wizards felt more freedom to have restrictions that were not easily verifiable, I think that would make a lot of the companions much more interesting. Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna keep this. We got lands. But I think Zerta, where's Zerta? So Zerta's restriction, each permanent card in your starting deck has activated ability. The fact that you can play very few permanents, that makes it much easier to achieve. So it'd be more interesting if the restriction could be like, your deck has, whatever, 20 non-land permanents with activated abilities. That would actually be kind of interesting. But as it is, you can just play all your brainstorms and force of wills and whatnot. Just play all those, and then all of your stuff is either going to be non-permanent or your combo pieces have an activated ability. So I feel like if they didn't care about being verifiable, I think it could be much more interesting. What are the marbles? I saw that word on social media, but is that an X-Men? Is that an X-Men? No, seriously though, what is the marbles? I'm actually wondering. Well, all right, Lotus Cobra. We will run that out. Pass the turn. Kahira could have been a Ringleader Matron style effect on selecting tribes. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been a cool way to make it actually be better in decks that meet its restriction, which I think would be good. Well, land. Untapped. Add a mana. Grab a Yarion. Pass the turn. G. Armacello for the 5th month. After 5 years without playing Magic, I started Arena 2 weeks ago. So far I'm enjoying it. The economy is bad, but I have Rakdos, Egg with Lilies, Invoke, Shieldreds. By the way, I love the Turgor deck. Hey, awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I mean, Arena is all about how you interact with it. Like that is the whole thing. Like, how do you choose to interact with it? I mean, if this gets another removal spell, we're kind of okay with that, I think. Colligan's Command. Well, we're going to pitch the Eldritch Evolution. Well, something we could play this turn would be decent. Risen Reef? Risen Reef? Reflector Mage. I mean, technically we can play that this turn, but we will not. Pass the turn. No, actually, what is... What? Oh, it's Captain Marvel. Oh, that's cool. Is Captain Marvel in X-Men? I know people think I'm joking when I say things like this, but I don't know who Captain Marvel is. Also, so okay, I'm not a Marvel person. I don't know about X-Men. I don't know about Marvel. Isn't it pretty cheesy if your company or whatever IP is named Marvel to have your superhero be named Captain Marvel? Wouldn't that be like Jace being named like Captain Magic? Like, I don't know. From the outside, from someone that has literally no connection to these characters, that seems kind of corny to me. A little bit. Risen Reef. We hit an Omnath. Oh boy. Well, we're back to having a difficult time hitting lands, which is unfortunate. Opponent gonna flip their Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent attacks. Eats a Lotus Cobra. Well, we're gonna take it. Godslayer Zenith, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Are there is Captain Marvel like considered to be one of the worst of the heroes? Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. Fabled Passage, crack it. Green, red. Green, white, blue, red. All right. White, green, blue, red. We have the classic mana screw battle going on here at the moment. Omnath. Opponent gonna kill the Risen Reef. Well, we draw a card. Play a Jetmir's Garden. Pass the turn. See if we can stay alive. Opponent untaps. It's refreshing to watch a content creator that is pop culture illiterate. Really? Why is... Oh, boy, we're gonna die to this, aren't we? Wow, this is so incredibly unfortunate. Well, I guess our opponent's deck is better at running Mana Screw than our deck. Opponent eating the graveyards. Yeah, this is bad. We drop to 5. We untap. 5 is not a lot of life. It is not a lot of life. Oh, we needed an Omnath to stick. Well, we'll play a Yarion. Blink the Reflect. I guess we could have attacked for free here. Please blink the Reflector Mage. All right, pass the turn. Get it back. Bounce the Graveyard Glutton. Discard a Shia. Oh, but if our opponent draws a land, they get to just put Crocs into play. This feels like the kind of turn where they draw the land and get to play Crocs. Opponent. Is Wizards cowards? It's 2023 and Smokestack is still not modern legal. The funny thing is, Smokestack would be super fine in modern. It would be super fine. We dropped to 4 because the Graveyard Glutton has returned. What a way to lose. Elish Norn. Play a land. Pass the turn. Not feeling good though. Opponent untaps. Draws a land for Kroxa. Well, at least we don't have to take damage from Kroxa's trigger. Yeah, the problem is, so we bounce the backside, which is Graveyard Glutton, and our opponent plays the front side, which is Graveyard Trespasser. So, yeah, the MDFCs make Reflector Mage a bit worse. So many of those old stacks pieces would be fine. Like, they balance, so that would be a problem. Oh, God. Oh, God. Sheold right off the top. Opponent passes. And dead. All right, this is the deck's literal last chance. If we're ever gonna see Ashya go off, it is this. And when I say last chance, I mean probably forever, because because so far the deck has not ran super well. I mean, would any of those cards be a problem in Modern? Winter Orb might be. Winter Orb, I mean, even Winter Orb, we got Beseiju, there's so many answers. You could probably put all of those in Modern and they'd be fine. Smokestack would be fun. Like, wouldn't Smokestacks be a fun card to add to Modern? I know it's like miserable if you get locked or whatever, but still, like, you gotta really build around it. It's not a card that's easy to build around. It takes some effort to make Smokestacks actually good. You have to really dedicate your deck to making it work. The only thing that can't go into Modern is Wasteland and Strip Mine. Ooh, Skew Swarm. We're keeping it. Oh, this is Sacrifice. Oh, God. Skew Swarm lines up pretty poorly with Mayhem Devil. We haven't got to see, you know, the survival guide yet. There have not always been more Scoots. Even Wasteland, I wonder if it can be worth considering for Modern. Like, is Strip Mine I can see being across the line, but is Wasteland would that actually be a problem? Is that actually a card that should not go in Modern? It's Skew Swarm time. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I assume our opponent's playing Sack, but we'll see. Jingotha could be other. Okay. Well, we are dead. This game is officially over. More land destruction and South the Domain. Yeah, that's. I think our deck could play against Boggles 100 times, and we would win like 3. And those would be the games where our opponent mulliganed to 3 and just didn't have their pieces. We do not have pieces to interact with this. We do not in our main deck, not on our sideboard. I mean, so how can we do this? Draw lands number 1. That would be the biggest. Losing the Lotus Cobra is unfortunate. Draw lands, ramp into Skew Swarm Elishnorn. That's a thing. Like, if we draw an untapped land here and get Fable, like, at least we can filter through our deck. Leafkin Druid. Well, we'll play the Leafkin Druid. Go. Yeah, getting rid of the auras it's a tough way to try to win. Not impossible, but not especially likely. Oh, whoo! One thing I don't enjoy about Stacks is the fact that it operates under the presumption that fun is a zero-sum game, and I fundamentally disagree with that being the case in Magic. There have always been several games I have lost where I had fun. I think you remove that with Stacks. Opponent getting in for a few million. Essence Flux. Okay. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I mean, isn't fun a zero-sum game in 6? I mean, in 60-card formats, I think in Commander is like a party game where you want everyone to be having a good time, but so you would say you think Stacks should be not supported because it's not fun for one player? Wow, this was not even a little close. I play 60 card formats to have fun, not just to win. But what if but like how far do you go with that reasoning though? Because if you go to the Magic Arena subreddit, you will see people who are essentially making that argument about uh any counter spells. Like basically counter spells should not exist because I don't enjoy getting my spells countered. Or like wraths. Like I want to build a big board full of elves. And it's not fun for me if you farewell my board or supreme verdict my board. So I feel like it becomes complicated because everyone's definition of fun is very different. So I think that makes it tough. Like if everything that someone or even some group of people found unfun was not supported. So counters, like the counterspell thing is actually funny because like, sure, yes, like counterspells can be frustrating, but at the same time, Magic without counterspells I think would be even more frustrating because do you remember I think one of the best examples for this was a couple standards ago when Emergent Ultimatum like the Emergent Ultimatum combo deck where you cast that and win the game, that was one of the best decks in standard. If counterspells didn't exist, that would be all of Magic. Like you would just it would be so miserable. Like it would just be who can ramp into Emergent Ultimatum the fastest. Whoever does it wins the game because they did their busted Emergent Ultimatum thing. So in some situations like counterspells are the good guys. I would argue that counterspells are like often that. I think where counterspells can be frustrating for a lot of players and frustrating for me sometimes is when you play against like the Crim deck, the deck that isn't just like playing a counterspell, but the deck that is the straight up like draw go try to counter all of your spells deck, like rogues. I think rogues might actually be the best recent example of this, or some of the Delver builds we've seen, some of the tempo decks, where the goal is like, I'm gonna stick a Terramander, and I will just counter your next 20 spells as I attack you for 1 until you die. No one really enjoys playing that match. I think that might be true. I think sometimes people do conflate counter spells with Crim decks when I think the negate that comes out of your sideboard to stop the Emergent Ultimatum or the Disdainful Stroke that comes out of your sideboard to stop the Shieldred, like I think in those scenarios the counter spell is kind of the hero. Like those counter spells I think are an integral part of Magic actually working. But then the full on like Drago control decks, those are another story. Well, play the Trio past the turn. At least rogues had some aggro potential when they run out of counters. Control's a must frost turning when you try to play a fair Magic deck. If you're playing $1,000 value pile, control is beating you. You don't deserve to be salty. I think that's kind of true. Like, oh, this would be a good turn to draw land and deal with the Srom. Magic odds? Magic odds? Voice, okay. Well, next turn perhaps. Voice of Resurgence and Fable Passage. I love rogues, and I prefer rogue decks to control Magic that does nothing into board wipe into Teferi. I think, I mean, that makes sense to some extent, although at the same time, if you're on the other side of the table, does it actually make a difference? If you're on the other side of the table, I think no. I think if you're on the other side of the table, it feels kind of the same. Because I think what makes people feel bad is like, my deck doesn't get to do its thing. Like, I think that's the heart of the feel bad of it. And whether it's rogues or Teferi or whatever, that part kind of remains the same. Well, Reflector Mage. Bounce the Srom. Go attacking. I mean, we're putting up a fight. We're not dead. Our opponent can't play Srom again this turn. We would still love to draw lands. Ooh, all right. Skrelv's going to be a problem in the future for sure. And a scout. And lands, maybe? No. Well, all right. Fable time. Make a goblin. Get in there. I guess we're the aggro now. The problem with decks wanting to do their thing is that some decks have very binary wins. Either they do their thing and win, or they don't and lose. That is a good point. Like, if Storm does its thing, it's gonna win. so if you let Storm do its thing, you are dead. And there's also many other decks like that. And like, you have to interact with them, right? Magic, I don't think Magic would be better if everyone was just, I mean, we've had periods in like Pioneer and Modern that have essentially been this meta, but Magic's not better when everyone's just trying to snowball into their own personal win. That doesn't actually make the game overall better, I don't think. Well, okay, we're gonna hit our lands finally. Discard an Omnath. Discard a Voice of Resurgence. Oh, but our opponent's untapping with a Light Pause. That's a big issue. Light Pause, untapping with Light Pause is so much damage. Well, get in, hit ya. Blue, green. I mean, I guess we just gotta play the Omnath and hope for the best. Hope that we're alive. Omnath, draw a card. Well, there's all the lands we weren't hitting earlier. Triumph, gain some life past the turn. Well, let's see how much damage our opponent can do. Opponent untaps. Sram. I mean, if our opponent doesn't have auras, we're okay-ish. All right, our opponent has not only auras, but the best auras. Ethereal armor. All right, gets to draw a card, gets to Light Pause. Into Sentinel's Eyes. Goes attacking. All right. Down to 14. Is there a way out? Opponent passes. Scoot Swarm. Scoot off the top at the most perfect time. Well, okay. How can we do this? Can we do this? Is there any way we can do this? So this is a free kill, but our opponent, like, they're gonna win. They're gonna win next turn if they untap. There's always more Scoot Bugs. We need a little more mana, though. We can't even get to the Scoot Bug time yet. Do we attack? Like, this just snipes any of our creatures. No, so Skrelv. Normally it's worse than Mother of Runes, but one of the big upsides of Skrelv is it gives hexproof. So our opponent's auras are not going to fall off no matter what. So it's actually like an upgraded Mother of Runes in some very specific situations, with this being one of them. Like a Mother of Runes, we go after it with Skyclave. Our opponent, if they target it, at least they lose their auras. But yeah, Skrelv gets around that. Huh. I'm just really worried that we straight up die next turn, and I'm not sure what we can do about it. Maybe we just Skyclave the Ethereal Armor? Alright, let's Skyclave. Yeah, I think we have to. I think that's our only shot. Hit the Ethereal Armor. Play the land untapped. Go to combat. Swing with the crew. Make a treasure. Opponent's got to do some blocking. Although Lightball still gets a free block on one of the smaller creatures. Oh, it's a close. I mean, we've actually put up a fight this game. We've made it kind of close. Opponent blocks. Not impossible we get 16 next turn, though. Lightpaws and Strom together is pretty good. Opponent, how confident are you in your battle evaluation? Like as far as my ranking of them? I mean, I feel good about my battle evaluation, but I will say it's a brand new card type, so there's a lot of variance. Like, less confident than if I'm evaluating just, I don't know, an equipment or a creature, like some card type that we've interacted with a whole bunch of times before, because like battles are new. So I think it's possible that battles as a whole could be better or worse than I think. Like, I think it's possible that maybe battles are actually just straight up busted and we're not realizing it. Maybe battles are straight up flops and it's never really worth attacking them and we're not realizing it. That seems possible. On the other hand, as far as like the ranking of like battles against each other, that part I feel pretty good about. I'm pretty confident in my comparison among the battles that we have. Like, that a S tier battle is better than a C tier battle. Like, that I'm pretty confident in. But battles as a group of cards, maybe battles are S tier and they change everything. Maybe they're F tier and no one plays them outside of limited. I would say if I was ranking battles as a card type, I would probably put them as like a A tier, high B tier, like somewhere in that range. If you build a deck with Battle Vicorian, Vampire Hexmage, what kind of shell would you put around it? So my first thought would be to, well, here opponent comes. Can we find a way to win from here? We drop to 9. Opponent also going to be close. We draw. Leyline Binding. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay. What is the pathway forward? So if we Reflection, copy Skyclave, our opponent taps this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually super close to winning here. Oh, actually, Reflection and Kiki-Jiki voice resurgence pretty good, isn't it? Isn't Scoot Swarm with Ashya a draw? Is it? It might be. So Scoot Swarm, landfall, make an insect. Ashya. So non-token creatures, no, because I think what keeps it from being a draw is Ashya only applies to non-token creatures. So our token Scoot Swarms won't actually be forests. So we should be all right. If this didn't have the non-token clause, then it would actually be a draw. Yep, that's the non-token clause saves it. All right, so Copy the Skyclave. Go after the Light Paw. I mean, our opponent could have additional protection in hand. Go after the Light Paws. Leyline Binding. Go after the Light Paws. Oh, it worked. Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, it worked. We're gonna win. We're actually gonna win. I can't. Oh my goodness, we actually. I didn't think it was possible we could beat this deck. I thought we were drawing dead. We actually got there. Okay, that was actually pretty sweet. Also, why is Voice not on Arena yet? We're gonna have to do another look at what we're missing from Arena. I feel like, where is my cat? I keep looking around. I can hear it, but I don't know where it actually is. I have like the noisiest cat of all time. Oh my god, that cat, so loud. I can't believe we actually had a shot in that matchup. Maybe Tolsimer is fine. Maybe Archon? Archon could slow him down at least. Probably worth considering. Storm the Festival feels so slow. So slow. And what else do we cut? We can't cut the Scoots. We're all in. We're all in on the Scoots. Scoots are bust. I thought cats meowed. I thought they, like, if you ever see like a cartoon cat on TV, like meow, I thought they made like kind of a comforting, pretty meowing noise. But this cat, like, she walks around going meow, meow. It's actually kind of a grating noise, yeah. The cat and dog are getting along now, yeah. They're actually, I think they might be becoming friends. I think we're heading in the direction of them being friends, which that would be great. Yeah, let's try it like that. Yeah, I better be good at that impression because I hear it all the time. My cat just wanders around doing that. Either if she's not wandering around going row, row, she's sleeping. Can we keep this? We would love a portable hole, but can you really mulligan your 80 card deck to find a portable hole? Turn 1, nothing. Turn 2. Oh, we gotta try. We gotta try it. Here we go. Here we go. Can we pull off the least likely win? Did I ever explain the cat's origin? So the cat snuck into my house somehow. Still not exactly sure how. At first I thought it was that she came in through the dog door, but I have since learned that the dog door is too thick for it to actually get through. So I don't think she's actually came in through the dog door. Maybe she snuck in when I let Bear out or something. Like, I don't know. Sometimes if it's nice out, I've left the door open for Bear to go out. So somehow she snuck into the house. Apparently she lived in the house for several days without me realizing it. There was a few days where Bear he'd be sitting by me with the office, kind of looking down the hallway, and he would start randomly growling, and I would look and I couldn't see anything. I was like, dude, I don't know what you're freaking out about. Like, nothing's out there. We're good. And then eventually I started to smell the smell of cat poop. And I realized that she had like gotten inside of my couch and was living curled up inside of the couch. Awesome, dude, for this 78th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. So yeah, she was living inside the couch. I eventually caught her, and I was afraid. I thought she was going to be like a mean feral cat, but she actually was like pretty chill. And I figured if she actually wanted to live here that much, that it was fate. She deserved to be able to stay. So at that point, once I realized she was kind of nice, she She got a pass. Got to stay. It really does. I never had any interest in owning a cat, but well, that's kind of busted, isn't it? We kill Light Paws, but it returns. I just took her to the vet recently, and the vet said that she's probably about 2, and that she thought that it must have been someone's cat because the vet thought that the cat had been fixed. Wasn't 100% sure, but thought that it was. They said I'd find out for sure this spring if it went to heat or not. So it must have been, I don't know, someone who had a cat and then, jeez, are we dead? That is a big trampling light pot. Okay, we can get a reflector mage though, right? Reflector mage gets around all this. Opponent hits us down to 8. So probably 2 years old. Yeah, Light Paws is a ridiculous card index like this. So 1, all right, 1, 2. Voice of Resurgence. Eldritch Evolution. I think we got a shot though. Sack the voice. Grab a Reflector Mage. Bounce it. So we're not going to do the cool thing, but we're maybe going to win the unwinnable matchup. Opponent gets to draw a card. Audacity is also pretty good. Hit you for 2. Opponent down to 18. No, I mean, I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so she wasn't chipped. No neighbors claimed her. Like, if anything, there's been a lot of random cats that just get dropped off down here. People, as sad as it is, like, decide they can't take care of their cat anymore, they have kittens or whatever, and they end up just dumping it out on a middle of nowhere back road, so. Opponent grabs Shingatha passes. Ooh, mom. Well, I mean, we're gonna play the mom. We're gonna hit ya for everything we can. We might be pulling off the upset. Opponent. So I imagine it was a situation like that where, for whatever reason, whoever she was living with before just couldn't or didn't want to take care of her and dumped her off. And I mean, I guess it ended up working out in the long run. She's got a safe home now where she's super spoiled. Actually, how much is a cat supposed to weigh? That was the other thing I was wondering, because the vet said she was 19 pounds. And a lot of people said that's really fat. Is that fat for a cat? Is 19 pounds, like, overweight? That's huge. Oh. She doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't look fat to me, but maybe she actually is fatter than I realize. But she doesn't look, where is this cat? Kitty, come here, kitty. People gotta see if you're fat. Where are you? I'm gonna have to get her on camera. So you can see if she's actually fat. Kitty, where are you, kitty? Come here. All right, let's win this game, and then I'll see. I should be able. I'll get her. She'll come on camera. I mean, I don't know what a Maine Coon is. I don't think she's a Maine Coon, but I have no idea. She's only been here like a month. No, the vet said she was 19 pounds, but didn't make any comment on it. And I know the vet would, because the vet has yelled at me before for Bear being chonky. So I know the vet would yell at me about it. Tulsum here. And we got the GGs. We got the GGs. Oh, Kitty, where are you, Kitty? All right, hang on. Let me see if I can find this cat. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can find her. Kitty, come here, Kitty. Where are you, Kitty? I hear you, Kitty. Kitty, Cece. Kitty. Hey, Kitty. Hey, cat. Cece. Oh, there you are. Here. Oh, here. There you are. People want to see you. It's okay. It's okay. They just want to see if you're fat. You're just going to be judged by the internet. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. The internet just wants to judge you. Here. See, look at Cece. Cece. Oh, careful. Yeah, look at you. Are you fat? Need banana for scale? Oh, careful. Oh, Cece. Oh, don't hurt yourself. Yeah. Come here. Okay, is she fat? She's not fat. She's just used. Cece, come here. Look. Come here. Come here, Cece. Come here. Come here. Look. Hey, Cece. Look. Look. Come here. Ooh. Cece. Come here. Don't run away. Cece. People want to see you. Boy, cats are fast. Okay, there we got her. Yeah. She also has just like huge paws. I don't know if you can see them, but she has the most massive paws. You good? You good? There you go. So there's the CC. I don't know. The vet said 19 pounds. I haven't weighed her by myself. I think we need a CC emote. She is pretty big. She's not pregnant, though, thankfully. I was afraid she was pregnant. Not fat, just massive. All right, well, we can accept that. She's just, that's what I tried to tell the vet about Bear, and she didn't buy it. Bear, I'm trying to get him on a diet, but he's not going for it easily. He will not eat his diet dog food. She's like paws, big paws. Anyway, what did we learn about this deck today? And I mean, the deck, I came away from it a little disappointed. The deck was fine. We got to see cards do cool things sometimes, like Omnath is a good Magic card. We got to see a little Mom value, but I'm a little disappointed that we never actually got to see the full thing. We wanted to have this like Lotus Cobra, Ashya, Storm the Festival, Infinite Mana, Yorion, Blink everything, do it again, play through our deck, and that just never happened. So maybe this deck is not as spectacular as I was thinking. I was thinking we were going to get to see absurd Ashya value, but it turned out that we either didn't draw Ashya, or if we did draw Ashya, we were so far behind that we couldn't find time to get on the battlefield. So, I mean, the deck was sweet overall, but I don't know. I came away from it a tiny bit disappointed because I think it could be even more spectacular. Like, I think we could have, like, the potential's there. Just looking at the list, you can see the games where you're like, oh, Lotus Cobra, into Ashya, into Elishnorn, and then every creature is making 2 mana, and then you Yarion and blink everything, and you have all the mana, and you draw all the cards with Risen Reef. So you could see this, like, huge Storm-style combo turn. We never got to pull that off, but overall, the deck felt pretty competitive. We ended up going 2 and 3, although 2 of our losses were super close right down to the end games. It could have went either way. So, I mean, if you want some value, I also think the deck is pretty much arena safe. Let me pull up the list real quick just to double check. It might be missing like a card, but I think if you wanted to, you could probably just play this. You could probably just play this in Explorer. So let's see. If we switch this to Explorer, what are we actually missing, if anything? Oh, voice. Yeah, we talked about that. It's just literally just the voice of Resurgence, which I guess honestly is a big one, but you can play more Leafkin Druids, and that should be able to mostly make the deck function. So, anyway, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So next stream's going to be a big one. Next stream, we are doing early access day for March of the Machines. So again, if you have a sweet standard decks featuring March of the Machines stuff, email them to me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Send them to me in chat. Send me them however you want to get them to me. But if you got sweet decks, hook me up, because we are going to be trying out a ton of new March of the Machine standard stuff next stream. So I'm super hyped for that. In the meantime, reminders, we ended up going 2-3. Although honestly it was super close. We could have easily lost or won at least 2 more matches. But in the meantime, check out the YouTube. There's tons of stuff going up on the normal YouTube. A reminder that the replay YouTube got all the old streams, including this one in the future. And one more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish and even get a free goldfish sticker. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Thanks for hanging out, talking about cats and magic and playing some Pioneer. Have an amazing night. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see y'all Thursday for early access day. So until then, everyone, I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.